Hi, this is Mr. Estabrooks with another IED Autodesk Inventor lesson. This time it has to do with Activity 7.1. You've all modeled this part, and the directions tell you to do angular dimensioning for these two angular features. So this would be the dimensions that we would use if we were using the standard coordinate dimensioning technique that we've used all year. So we go from edge to edge, overall dimensions, edge to edge, point to point, etc. But the directions tell you to do angular dimensioning. So a lot of students struggle with this, and I think it's because you're not dimensioning between lines, which is really how you should be dimensioning most of the time. It's as simple as just choosing the dimension tool and then selecting the two lines. If those lines are not parallel, it will automatically give you the angle between those two lines. So in this case, we want the angle between this line and this line, but we want it out here. So it doesn't matter that the line is over here. All we need to do is drag the dimension outside the part, and there's our angular dimension. So we've got the two angles in there, and those should be your angles. If your angles are different than what's shown here, then you've got a modeling error in your part. Now, we're not done yet, because as soon as I put in those angular dimensions, two of my coordinate dimensions become redundant. In particular, this dimension right here. So imagine this. We know this distance from this point to this point. Since we also know this angle, this point down here must go to that point. We don't need that dimension anymore. If someone's going to build this, they either need the two coordinate dimensions or one dimension and the angle, but not both. That would be considered redundant. So I'm going to delete that, move this back into where it should be. And then likewise, this dimension here becomes redundant. I know this dimension 1.5, I know the angle. That means this point will end up wherever it ends up. We do not need to dimension it. So I delete that, I drag this where it needs to be, and there you go, you're all set.